What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? They got us. Good grief. Sad morning this morning on a Monday. You know, Cowboys fun chopper, what's happening? Let me know if that music too loud. I can turn it down. Help your boy out. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if it's too loud. We in the building, man. It's sad, but we will be fine. The season is not over. The sky's not falling. Neither one of those things are true. We took an L to a struggling team. You know, it is what it is, man. We got I don't know what that noise is going on up in here. Good grief. Hold on. It keeps happening too, so I don't know. Do y'all hear that? Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Give me 1 second. Y'all keep hearing that? Hopefully that does something to it. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, man. I don't know why that shit keep making that noise, y'all. I don't know. But here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. What's happening?
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. With a tough L, y'all. With a tough L. What's happening, everybody in the building? Shout out to Choctaw, Montana in the building. Shout out to Daphne Graham in the building. Shout out to Sadiqa Charles in the building. Oh, she said that means someone is following me. I ain't know if it's because it's such a peculiar noise. I'm sorry. I ain't wanted to just be some random and then, you know what I'm saying, it just keep disturbing the screen. But thanks to everybody following me. You know I'm new to this. But yeah, man. Tough, sad morning, man. See, this is when I feel like I should challenge myself to give my honest opinions on this podcast, on this channel. Now, I do not want my Cowboys to ever lose a game, ever. And I'm very upset and I'm very mad about this. But this is exactly why you don't overlook an opponent, man. This is exactly why right here. Now, when you hear people talking like Green Bay ain't this, Green Bay ain't that, let me tell you one thing. Football math doesn't add up. It never does. It never will. Just because this team beat this team doesn't mean our team gonna beat them or vice versa. Football math doesn't exist. It is incorrect. It is hardly ever right. You understand? Football is about individual matchups. That's what football comes down to. In its simplest form, are you gonna beat your man in front of you? That's what football comes down to. So when we sit up here and tell y'all what we see on film, I know me in particular, everybody was trying to say, the Rodgers is dead and the Packers are done and they suck and they terrible. When I'm sitting up here telling y'all, and you know people want to attack you when you tell the truth about what you seeing on film, I sat up here and said, I see Aaron Rodgers making the same throws. Did he not? He made the same throws that he been making. Know what I'm saying? The receivers weren't catching them in the past. But does that mean that they going to miss them on the Cowboys? This is why you come into every game with the proper respect. I was never buying into the media narrative saying that this was an underdog team. This team was coming out five losses. That's why you can't sleep on a team. Why would you sleep on a team that's coming out 5 losses? That is insane. That's insanity. You should never sleep on a team regardless of what their record is. But a team like with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers at home coming off a 5-game losing streak, you cannot sleep on that team. You cannot play with that team. So that's why I don't even watch mainstream media about the Cowboys no more. I've been stopped watching that because I understand that football math doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? They want to sell the clicks. They want to sell the big time headlines and the narratives. When I tell you what I seen on film, people got mad at me. This is about individual matchups, man. Football math does not work. Just because this team lost to this team and we gonna beat this team, none of that works. It's about individual matchup and coaching. Now, let me get into why I feel like we lost this game. It is what it is. I feel like we lost this game due to several different reasons. And you know, this is why I look at a lot of people. I get to the chat. Just let me get this soliloquy off real quick. I'm gonna get to the chat. I'm you know I'm up in arms today. You know I'm kind of, you know, I'm peed off today. So let me get this off and then I'm gonna get to the chat. Okay. For one, I'm telling y'all, like I said, football math doesn't work. Okay. For two, when you look at the reasons we lost this game, for one, the biggest one that's looming large to me, the biggest elephant in the room to me, is obviously the coaching. Okay, Dak screwed up early in the game. Yes, he did. Dak will be held accountable. Yes, he will be. I'm going to do a whole soliloquy on Dak too, because even though the receivers screwed up the routes, you still don't have to sit up there and throw the ball to them. Even though you see the route is screwed up, don't throw the ball. Just take a sack. Sometimes taking a sack is your best play. You understand? And that goes back to what I told y'all before. Like what that was after the Bears win. What did I say? I don't know if y'all gonna remember, but I'm gonna tell you what I said. I said that the only player in that locker room that did not want to have a bye week was Dak Prescott. If y'all remember me saying that, give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat. I said Dak is the only person that's trying to come back and get his groove back. This is a terrible time for a bye for Dak Prescott. I said them words exactly. Okay? So, as soon as he come back and get his groove, he do 2 games. He did okay against Detroit. Then he come back with the Bears and had an outstanding game. So, I said he is the main person in the building who is not ready for a bye week. He just not getting his foot up under him. You see what I'm saying? I already expected a kind of shaky start from Dak. I just didn't want to speak it because I don't want to put that curse on my team. You know what I'm saying? So when he came out a little jittery, I expected that. Dak just got his foots together. You see what I'm saying? He just got back. So he got them 2 games under his belt and he balled. He balled after the Bears game. It looked like almost back to normal Dak. And we finna talk about some things that you didn't see anymore. And this is why I say this loss is on coaching. And I don't care what nobody say. I will challenge you to a duel, sir. We can do it. This loss is on coaching. I don't care what nobody say. How do you now look? This is for the Dak haters. We can put that to bed right now. Dak throw 2 interceptions. True enough. But let me know this. Did he not come back with 21 straight points? Did he not get this team up by 14 in the 4th quarter? Is that on Dak too? Is putting up 28 points in Lambeau, is 28 points not enough to win in Lambeau? Let me know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Somebody give me a 1. If going up 28, if putting up 28 points on Green Bay in Lambeau is not enough. A little too excited. If putting up 28 points in Lambeau is not enough, give me a 1. If putting up 28 points in Lambeau is enough, give me a 2. Because I don't care what y'all say. Being up 14 in the 4th quarter, that is foolishness to not win that game. That is foolishness to not run the ball. That is foolishness not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Putting up 28 points in Lambeau, y'all. This is why I never listen to the mainstream media, man. And all of these overly optimistic Cowboy fans, too. That's why I always have my own thoughts. I love my team to death, y'all. I don't know if you know that. You've been knowing me for a year. I promise you. Anybody that know me, they know that I'm a Cowboy fan first. I've been a Cowboy fan since I was yay high. You know what I'm saying? I really love this team. So when I come out here and tell y'all, I try to prepare y'all. I don't want y'all to go out here and be misled and everybody talking with all this confidence. Hey, we gonna blow them out. You can't go out here saying outlandish things. I want you to know the truth. I want you to be aware of what's coming ahead. Now, I was never afraid of this team. I knew that this team was capable, though. I told you this team was not a 3-6 team. This team was very capable. They were much better than they record. I said this. But people looked at me. They was mad at me. Oh, Green Bay is done. They terrible. Aaron Rodgers suck. But I'm watching film. Though. They're not watching it. So if you just looking at a stat box, if you just looking at the results after the game, you can't tell me nothing. Because you ain't seeing this man making these outstanding throws left and right. You're not seeing this. I am. You see what I'm saying? If you're not watching film, you can't tell me nothing about it. Like, I'm not an expert, but I'm watching the film. If you want to battle me, if you want to duel with me, watch the film. And we sat up here and told y'all this man still making Aaron Rodgers throws. But you got mad at us. I'm pissed off today, y'all. Because ain't no way. That's why I say this loss is on coaching, man. Ain't no way possible we supposed to lose that game up 14 in the fourth quarter. No way. Law Nation put up a stat. Shout out to Law Nation. Y'all know he the GOAT. Law Nation put up a stat, and I'm finna find it. Because this is what show you how outlandish this is. This right here, this stat right here finna show you how this is 100% coaching. Right here. That's what this finna show you. Shout out to Law Nation. I had to share this on Facebook. It says, Law Nation says, Cowboys, this is terrible. I'm beyond frustrated, and I am too, Mr. Law Nation. He says, the Cowboys 6-3 blew a 14-point lead headed into the fourth quarter for the first time in franchise history. They entered Sunday 195-0. 195-0, y'all. How did we lose that game? You sit up here and tell me that's coaching? I mean, you sit up here and tell me them players? Now, the players do got to execute what the coaches call. But if they calling foolishness, bro, we gonna lose. 195-0. Now we 195-1. This is historic stuff we doing. This is historically bad. That's what that is. It's no way you can lose the game being up 14-0. On top of that, how does your opponent, who you was ahead of the whole game, how does they end up with more rushing attempts than you? That's what I want to know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Because I'm pissed off today. Because there's no way in the world we supposed to lose this game. Put it in the chat. Let me know that. I want to see these answers. Because this is why we tell y'all that football is not a black and white sport. Football is not a he did it sport. You can't point at one person. It's 11 people out there. It's 22 people out there. On top of that, it's a coaching staff as well. When people get up on the hill, have they bad intentions against one player, that is foolishness. That will let you know that they don't know football. They're not watching the film. They're not watching tape. You understand? It's no way you can sit up here and point at one person and say it's their fault. This is a team loss. That's what this is. This is a team loss. This is not Dak Prescott. This is not Michael Parsons. This is not anybody you can name. This is a team loss. And the team is coached by who? Listen what I tell you. I'm always and forever look at this game from a player's perspective. Because that's what I was. I never coached it. So if I'm a little biased, forgive me. But I will say this. A coach is the ultimate thing about this game, y'all. You could be Deion Sanders. If your coach playing you at safety, who cares? Who cares? You can have the Giants front seven from when they dominated the NFL. You can have that front seven. But if you can't stop the run, who cares? Who cares? So why would you sit up here and formulate your team to be like that? They keep saying we make our team to be pass rushing. Who cares about pass rushing if you can't stop the run, sir? You got to stop the run to be able to pass rush. What is wrong with these people? But y'all gonna say it's Dak's fault. Dak did them mistakes early in the game, sir. This man came back with 21 points straight. But a fickle fan gonna say it's Dak's fault. That's what they gonna say. Because he threw 2 interceptions early. Yes, he made mistakes. Yes, he shouldn't have thrown the ball. But at the same time, does the defense have an opportunity to stop them from scoring 7 every time? Every time? Every time. Y'all listen to me. Listen to me. We love this defense. You know I love Michael Parsons. He almost about to take over Dak as being my favorite player on this team. Y'all know I love this defense. I've been praising Dan Quinn all year. But ain't no way you could tell me after Dak makes the mistake, okay, true enough, he threw the pick, and it was stupid. The second pick was outlandish. I got to look at the film, but I know one of the picks was because of a miscommunication and a bad route. But look at this, though. For one, ain't no way you going to tell me if Dak throw an interception, does that automatically mean the offense score a touchdown on us? Tell me that. Let me know that. Somebody give me the answers in the chat. Is that an automatic touchdown? Let me know. Give me a 1 if that's an automatic touchdown. Give me a 2 if the defense got an opportunity to hold them to a field goal at least once. At least once, y'all. The defense didn't hold them to a field goal not one time. Them boys scored 7 every time. We love this defense. I've been praising this defense and Dan Quinn all year. But you mean to tell me we can't get them to score? We can't hold them to a field goal not one time? Is y'all crazy? Okay, we just attacked the OC. The OC up 14 and you're throwing the ball. That is foolishness. The OC up 14 in the fourth quarter and you throwing the ball all over the park like you're crazy. Okay, that's on the OC. Boom. We just debunked that. It's no way in the world you could have been up. Look, think about this. We was up damn near the whole game, y'all. So if think about this, compute this. This is simple common sense. This shit is not rocket science, y'all. Okay, look. If the Cowboys was up damn near the whole game, tell me how in the world is the opponent still having more rushing attempts than we do? How does the opponent have more rushing attempts than we do when we was up the whole game? Let me know that. If that not coaching, then I'm retarded. Sorry for the word language. If that's not coaching, I'm a crazy fool. Let me know that, because that's one. I just attacked the OC. If you running the ball, if you up, you should be running the ball, sir. Okay, boom. We just got that out of the way. Kellen Moore debunked because you up 14 points and you're throwing the ball. You been up almost the whole game and you still let your opponent run the ball more than you did. Okay, boom. We just debunked the OC. He out the door. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Okay, now let's talk about the defense. The defense never stopped them boys for a field goal. They giving up big plays left and right. Now, the only reason I'm going to give the defense all the smoke too. But the only reason I can't get too mad at the defense, because 2 of those touchdowns was on Deron Bland. He is a rookie. So think about this. This is what I just tweeted CFO Sports. Shout out to J Tuck. He said in his tweet, y'all go follow him on Twitter. On his tweet, he said, I'm more concerned about this pass defense than the run defense. And I said, okay, that's fair. But I said, that's a fact. But the only reason I'm not too concerned is those 2 touchdowns was on Deron Bland. That's a rookie, y'all. So tell me this. I told him, I said, either it's 1 or 2 options. Either the Watson guy snuck up on the Cowboys and they didn't scout him well enough and they got caught lacking, or DQ shouldn't have had to run Bland one-on-one with this man. It's no other options, y'all. Why would DQ have this man one-on-one with this young man? They must didn't think too highly of him. That's what it had to be. It's either that or that was a bad scheme. Let me know, y'all, what y'all think. Because he was one-on-one with Watson both times. So either they didn't scout this man well enough, or either DQ scheme was flawed. It's no other way. And Boss Man got cooked too. Anthony Brown got cooked too. This young man just broke out on us for some reason. So either they overlooked this man when they scouted this team, or either this defensive strategy was flawed. Them the only two options. So I just showed you why the OC was at fault. I just showed you why the DC was at fault. Now let's get to the head coach. Y'all know I've been fighting for Big Mike all year. I rocks with Big Mike. Big Mike is my guy. But in overtime, you must take them points. It is what it is. You must take them points. Big Mike got a little too emotional, in my opinion. And you know an emotional person cannot make sound decisions. That's just the truth. If you too emotional, you will be flawed. You cannot lead anybody being emotional. So if you got a little too emotional and call that play, that hindered us big time, y'all. For him to go for it in overtime, I don't care how far the field goal was. You still supposed to do it. You still supposed to take them points, man, because you want to know why? If you do hit it, now you putting pressure on Aaron Rodgers to have to drive down the field to score a touchdown to win, not a field goal. You got to take them points. You got to take the field goal. My Herb been hitting good long field goals all year. My Herb been hitting long field goals all year, y'all. So you ride with your guy. And then everybody talking about, oh, if we would have missed, then the defense would have, Aaron Rodgers would have took over from right there. Listen, he still took over from right there. Now you put all the opportunity on the one play. Think about it. You put the game basically on one play. If you would have kicked the field goal, he would have still had to drive. I feel very fondly of us scoring on that. Now, I know hindsight is 2020. We understand that. Everybody knows what we should have done after the game over. But I feel like Mike got a little too emotional. You seen him throw the headphones down. The man was a little too emotional, and you shouldn't have had, he trying to make a statement and going for it. In my opinion, he should have just kicked the field goal, y'all. So let me know, am I right or wrong on those three analyses? Let me know if I'm right or wrong on those three analyses. Let me know, because I just went from the OC to the DC to the head coach. This loss is on the coach. Let me know. I'll give y'all a break. Let me drink a little coffee. Let me know. Let me know. Now, let me get to the chat, y'all. Forgive me. Y'all know I was going to go crazy this morning because I'm angry because we supposed to be 7-2, but unfortunately, we 7-3 because of, now I'm not giving the players all the way out, but I'm showing you how ultimately the coaching could have helped us. That's my problem right now. So don't think I'm giving nobody a pass. I'm telling you that coaching could have played a bigger part in winning this game instead of losing it like it did. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving nobody a pass. I'm telling you that coaching played a huge part in the reason why we lost this game. If you up 14, run the ball. I think a 3-year-old can come up with that. I think a 3-year-old can say that. You understand? But shout out to Texas Breed in the building. Shout out to True Vibes. Shout out to Choctaw, Montana. Shout out to Sally Lawyer. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jeffrey Smith. Shout out to Eli. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, man. Abel, Tammy, shout out to you. I appreciate that. Rocking with the content. Shout out to Walter Banks. Shout out to Sports Guru. Shout out to Melvin Irby. Shout out to everybody, man. I think I'm neglecting Facebook. I love you too, Facebook. I'm just mad this morning. So y'all rock with your boy. Just give me a little break. I'm upset, Facebook. I'm upset. Shout out to Sally Lawyer on that side too. She on both of them. Shout out to Isaiah Young over here. And who else? Shout out to Carl Main in the building. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Sports Guru. Shout out to Frederick Woods. Shout out to everybody, man. This a tough morning for me. Shout out to Dallas Sports 1997. Shout out to T Smooth. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Reddy Red. You know, I'm going to try to give my shout outs, man. I just had to go on a rant this morning because I'm telling you, this team won that game. The offense did enough. Now, if you want to blame some players, you can put some on Dak. You can put a lot on Dak. If you feel that way, that's on you. But regardless of what Dak did, the defense still had an opportunity to stop them to a field goal at least once. That's all I'm saying. Now, both turnovers, you give up 14 points. Then Dak makes up for it and scores 3 touchdowns in a row. Now to score 28-14. And the defense can't hold that down, y'all. Come on now. That doesn't make sense. And after the game, you still want to blame Dak? Like, this is foolishness. You had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, y'all. I don't see how y'all compute the two. Because I see people coming up to my post talking about, oh, you won't hold Dak accountable. Dak will be held accountable. Everybody will be held accountable. But ain't no way you going to tell me after the second half Dak had, and after the second half this team had, being up 14 points going into the fourth quarter, that's still Dak's fault. Think about this. Of course, he probably could have scored more points. He could have. But if you know football, I assume that most people in here know football. If you know football, tell me this. Let me know if I'm wrong. If you got a 14-point lead, don't your play calling get a little conservative? Let me know. Let me know. If you got a 14-point lead, won't your play calling get conservative? Jalen Barr, let me know now. Let me know, Reddy Red, because they want to blame Dak for not scoring again. That is foolishness. That's on coaching, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all don't really know me well enough to know how good of a debater I am. I am great at debating, I'm telling you, y'all. If you up 14 points, I'm telling you, it's no way in the world that you can say that the play calling won't get conservative in the fourth. You're not trying to be aggressive no more. You're trying to run the clock. You should be Mr. Kellen Moore. You should be, even though you wasn't. You should be getting way more conservative and trying to run this clock. It's not on the offense. Really, honestly and truly, in my opinion, because I could be wrong. I'm not a football expert either, man. I just been following this game for a very long time. I done seen a lot of stuff. I done played it. I done did a lot. Know what I'm saying? I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. So correct me if I'm wrong. But I say this. If you got a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, your play calling is going to automatically, organically get a little conservative. That it is what it is. You protecting a 14-point lead in Lambeau. Ride this clock out. But that ain't what he did. So the people want to attack Dak. Oh, he should have scored again. Yeah, he probably could have. He probably should have. But the offense is not going to be geared towards trying to keep scoring because they up 14. They're going to be more conservative. It was smarter to be more conservative than be aggressive at that point. Because, look, if he would have been aggressive and threw a pick six or we got a fumble or something, now everybody mad. Now, be a little more conservative when you up 14 points in the fourth quarter. You play to your defense at that point. That's complimentary football right there. That's when you play to the strength of your team, which is supposed to be the defense, but they did not show up today. And I want to say one thing, and I know it's going to be controversial, and I'm telling the God honest truth. I do not like Micah Parsons at linebacker no more because it doesn't impact the game enough. Micah Parsons is better used, better served on the defensive line. That's just my opinion. Because Think about it. It's almost to the point that you ain't even see Micah that much. It feel like Micah didn't even play. I want Micah on the defensive line 90+% of the time. That's just my opinion. I don't want to see Micah playing linebacker as much no more. I want Micah on the D-line. Now, I believe that played a big part into our pass rush not being as effective too. Because think about this. If you take Micah off the D-line, you just got DeMarcus Lawrence over here. And you got young Sam Williams and Dorrance Armstrong. We know that they can't do that like that. We know that they ain't moving that well. I feel like he is better served, though. I feel you, Jalen Barty. It's cool to disagree. But what I'm saying is, okay, Jalen Barty, because I respect your opinion. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I could be wrong. If you prove me to be wrong, then, hey, I'm going to say, my bad. I'm glad you gave me that perspective. But look at this, Jalen Barty. Tell me this. Is Micah Parsons a better pass rusher or a better linebacker right now? Let me know that. Let me know that. Which one is he better at today? Not in the future or what we hope. What is he better at today? Let me know that. Because that's what I want to know. If he's a better pass rusher, let him pass rush. I don't care what you drafted him for. I don't care about none of that. If he's a better pass rusher, let him pass rush. Y'all want to they want to worry about what everybody else think. If this man is a dominant pass rusher and if he's a dominant all-time world-class pass rusher and a great linebacker right now, let him be dominant, great, and all-time. That's all I'm saying. Jalen Barty said he's a better pass rusher, but I think he got to do both. But we messed up not lining him up on the edges on third downs. That's where we messed up yesterday. I said that. You see what I'm saying? That's why, look, if you really watch this game, because I see Jalen Barty everywhere, I know he really invested into this Cowboy talk. So I would never disrespect my brother like that. That's why I want to challenge logic. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at Jalen Barty, he just basically said the same thing I said. What I said, I don't want to see him lined up at linebacker as much. He should be on that defensive line, bro. He's better at it. I know we might not want him to be one, but that's what he look like he is. I'm just saying. If he good at the line, you know what I'm saying? If he good at defensive end, let him be a defensive end. It is what it is. Screw the linebacker position if that's the case. Like I said, I believe we're going to have to make a choice. It's going to become, these are the options. You either can have an all-time generational defensive end, or you can have a great linebacker. Because at this point, maybe just the position of off-ball linebacker is not as impactful. This man can pass rush like a G. Let him pass rush. That's all I'm saying. Like the biggest job of a coach is to maximize a player's talent. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. Because like I say, I don't want people to think that Landlord think he know everything. I don't. But I just use a lot of common sense and a lot of logic. That's what I use. You know what I'm saying? If the coach's number one job is to maximize a player's ability. Mr. Dicker said, bring down your pressure. I'm lit this morning, Mr. Dicker. I'm sorry. But y'all gotta let me know now. You see what I'm saying? A coach's main job is to maximize his player's talent. Regardless of what you drafted him for, if he's a better defensive end, sir, let him be a defensive end. Shoot all the media away and all that. Let him rush, bro. If he got these staggering numbers, win rate against pass blockers, let him pass rush. It's simple. Football is simple, bro. Let him pass rush. This is simple. Now, I know what they ideology is. I know their mindset. Their mindset is that ultimately Micah might not be as effective if we keep putting him in the same places. But at the same time, Cause I bet you that's what they looking at. Cause they know that the offense can scheme for him then. If they know Micah gonna be on the defensive line, they can scheme for him. But in my opinion, you ain't gotta put him in the same place on the defensive line either. You don't. You can line them up on the right. You can line them up in the middle over the A gap, B gap. You can line them up on the other end. You can put them all over the line. Then you can line them up at linebacker just to send them on the blitz again, y'all. You can be versatile within the defensive line as well. If you feel like they're going to double Michael, put them next to D-Law. Then they'll have to make a business decision. They'll have to pick their poison. You understand? So that's what my mindset is with him, man. I love Micah Parsons. I think he's generational. I think he's going to be a sensational linebacker. I think he's going to be dominant at whatever he does. But at this moment in time, this team doesn't need just a free-roaming linebacker who doesn't impact the game as much. Micah Parsons' biggest impact on the game is pass rushing, man. Just let him pass rush. We'll figure out linebacker later. Let him pass rush. And then look, one thing else. Micah at linebacker isn't improving our run defense either. Like, what's going on? So think about this. If Micah Parsons at middle linebacker isn't improving our run defense, and putting him on the defensive line is not improving our run defense, you might as well put him on the line to maximize his talent. What y'all think? Because I don't think, well, it's obvious that Micah Parsons at middle linebacker is still not improving your run game, your run defense. It's not. So you might as well put him on the defensive line and let him go eat. But we do come back to the same problem. If you can't stop the run, nobody is pass rushing. This team got some problems, y'all. And that's why you can't get caught up in this fantasy land when some of these fans just be saying all positive stuff and just saying, hey, we gonna win, we gonna do this, we can't be stopped, like, bro, listen. You would be a fool. Like, I'm the type of guy, if I know it's a car coming, I'm gonna let you know, hey, bro, watch the street, it's a car right there. You got to give people a heads up, because I don't want the people that follow me on my chat group and my chat box that's a sub to me go out here with this false confidence and overly confident and don't know what's going on. That's why I told y'all, Aaron Rodgers is still the same Aaron Rodgers. He looks good. This team is better. Give me a 1 if y'all remember me saying this stuff, because I don't want to be right. I'm not here to say I was right. I'm just here to let you know why I say the things I say and why I will risk y'all being mad at me for telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I risk that. I want y'all to know the truth. When I said that, I said that Aaron Rodgers still looks the same. Then I also said that this team is much better than the 3-16. And we know, like I said before, football math does not add up. It doesn't. The Lions beat them. That's a Division 4. It happens. Whoever else beat them, it happens. Football math doesn't add up. It just doesn't. Football is about individual matchups. Can you beat the man in front of you consistently? Yes, sir. Shout out to Sugar Daddy Williams, C. Burleson, everybody else in the building. Y'all know I'm worked up this morning, man, because we supposed to win that game. We supposed to win that game, man. And it happens too often against this team. Against the Packers, it happens too often. I'm sick of them guys. I'm just sick of them, y'all. I'm sick of them. And we sat up there and let them get away with it, man. That's what makes me mad. That's what grinds my gears. You understand? That's what grinds my gears, man. We sat up there and let this man win. But look at this. I'm glad you brought up Ball. I'm glad you brought up Cox, Lord King. Shout out to you. Shout out to Poppy Peach or something like that. I don't know. But think about this. This what grinds my gears too. When you think about a player like Story Jackson that we just let walk out the door. You mean to tell me Story couldn't help us right now in the linebacker position? That's what you mean to tell me? Because we seen him on film. You let Story Jackson just walk out the bed. You won't give Jabril Cox a shot. Like, I don't know what, I got to look at this film to see what's going on with this run game, y'all. Because I see the defensive lineman holding their ground, but some kind of way, I see the lineman also getting to the second level. So I got to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me interact with the chat a little bit because I know I'm going off, y'all. Let me see. Sugar Daddy Williams said 100. Yeah, I said that I already, Sugar Daddy, and it pissed me off. So I'm sorry. I said we did 190. I was just saying that to show y'all how discouraged and how frustrating, how mad you should be for losing a game like that. You see what I'm saying? 195-0 before last night, before yesterday. You haven't ever lost a game being up 14 points in the fourth quarter, ever, until yesterday. Dallas Sports 1977 said, I totally agree with you, bro. 1,000%. I'm damn upset. Yes, we should be. This day, we let them off. Yes, we did. We want results. We want winners. Perfectionists, Landlord trophies. Exactly. Shout out to you, sir. You right. We deserve better than that. Oh, they said Jabril hurt. But I don't know, man. What's his name? Harper hurt too, right? We are lacking that linebacker. And see, people getting mad at the team for not addressing linebacker. They probably felt like they did when they drafted Michael Parsons. They probably felt like they did when they drafted LVE. It just ain't work out like that. They felt like they did when they drafted Damone Clark. They been drafting linebackers. They just ain't working out. I don't know. Is it the linebackers or is it the defensive line? It got to be one of them. Or is it a combination of both? That's what we got to get down to. Jalen Barter says Kellen Moore proves time and time again he will abandon the run. Yes, he do. That's exactly what he did. Shout out to Cowboy Brian in the building. He says the refs beat us in overtime, but it should never have got there. That's a fact. See, me, of course. Now, on top of all that stuff I said, the refs did play a huge part in overtime. Like, that was a pass interference on Alexander on CeeDee Lamb. It was. Then it was several holding calls. How you get 5 penalties on an overtime drive? Now, was we playing that reckless or was the refs just out to get us? You know what I'm saying? Two things could be true. But I seen several holding calls they missed on Michael Parsons. But, like, I don't even want to talk about the refs because we can't do nothing about it. We can't do nothing about the refs. We already know our owner set up there and challenge them to a duel, y'all. Michael Parsons set up there and challenged them to a duel, y'all. When stuff like that happen, that's why I tell them that somebody should have took Michael's phone. Know what I'm saying? Because calling them out is definitely not going to help you get calls. You know, it's like an unwritten rule. They feel like they call this game with honor. So if you challenging their integrity by saying that they not calling on purpose, that make them like shun you. They don't respect it. They want to get mad at you. So they gonna call a little more calls on you, or they gonna not call calls because of you. We know it's a human element to it. They referees. If they see this little guy calling them out on Twitter, of course they gonna look the other way sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's why you shouldn't go poking that bell. Leave the referees alone, man. We know they corrupt. We know they hate the Cowboys. We already know all of that stuff. Leave the referees alone. You know what I'm saying? Because that you calling them out, you challenging them to a duel is not gonna help us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I seen Micah saying that about the referees, I said, no, stop. I wanted to grab his phone, y'all, because it's not gonna help us. It's not gonna help us if you sitting up there attacking the referees, man. I hate it. It is what it is. That's the way it go. That's the way it go. We've been getting way more calls. We've been getting penalized from the beginning, since the beginning of time, y'all. That's how it is. Choctaw, you might be right, man. I try. When I watch film, I feel like it's not, because I used to feel the same way. But I don't know, man. It's some questionable things going on. Shout out to Ultra Cowboy Christian in the building. So, like I said, Dak Prescott put us in the hole early. Well, he didn't really put us in the hole, but he made some bad plays. And it gave them some opportunities for sure. Because you shouldn't have made that play. You shouldn't have made that pass, Dak. If you see I believe the pass rush made them just try to make the play anyway. But at the same time, if you seen that route was screwed up, if you seen that Dalton Schultz didn't do what he's supposed to did, why would you throw it over there? You should have just took the sack, and we could have probably kicked the field goal. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes taking a sack is your best play. It is what it is. I know it sounds crazy to a lot of casual people, but sometimes taking a sack is a great play because stuff like this. Look at us. We could have used them 3 points. We could have used them 3 points when Dak tried to make a play that wasn't there and fit it in there. We could have used them 3 points, even if we didn't get 7. See what I'm saying? Sometimes a sack is your best play. I know it sounds strange. Sometimes taking a sack is the best play. Yeah, Brian. The receivers got to run the right routes. But like I said, 2 wrongs don't make a right, though, Brian. Because you right. It was on the receivers, and Dak's job is to trust that they're going to be where they need to be. But if they're not there, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a split-second decision because that's why it's so hard for a quarterback, man. People just look at quarterbacks like it's just easy. It's a split-second decision between Dak throwing the ball and holding it. But in my opinion, he should have just held that one. He should have just ate that one and took a sack because we would have still been able to kick a field goal more than likely. You know what I'm saying? But I know it could have been something blocking his vision, the pressure. It's a lot of things that could have been. So I ain't just going to say it's all Dak. I'm going to look at the film and see what it was. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kenny, he do throw the ball and he put the ball at risk more than I like lately. I'll say that. Because that was... But like I said, it's a 2-part problem. Look. Dak wrong for making that throw, in my opinion, because if they win now, just don't throw it. But at the same time, you want your quarterback to trust that your wide receiver going to be there. That's what makes it a relationship. You see what I'm saying? You want your quarterback to trust that the receiver will be there. And if he don't trust that the receiver going to be there, you got an even bigger problem boiling up. Shout out to Boucher Cuts. He said they should have kept running the ball. Yes. And Mr. Boucher, that's a coaching error, right? That's a coaching error. Now, we know Dak probably can change a couple plays, but we'll never know that. He said Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Sports 1977 says Dak needs to learn how to read the defense. Landlord, brother. I wouldn't say that, but like I said, I think you want to know what I believe Dak does. I believe Dak, one thing Dak needs to learn is to win them. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Some plays just can't be saved. You know what I'm saying? It's just over with. Either you find a way to quickly check it down or you just take the sack. Sometimes Dak be wanting to just try to still make something happen. And that's dangerous in a game like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving Dak real critiques right now, forgive me. But at times I think Dak just still try to get it. He still go for it when it's probably too late. Like sometimes you got to know when to take a sack. That's in my opinion. And want to know one thing I didn't like? What happened to Dak running? What happened to that Dak? Because we just seen the last game. You want to know what that is? That's an inconsistency in your OC. Is that not an inconsistency in your OC, y'all? We just seen Dak doing option runs. What was that this game? Dak didn't run the ball down time. He did sneaks. What was the option run this game, y'all? That's why people, when they make whispers and say Kellen Moore is what can I say? They say he is a collector of plays instead of an offensive coordinator. That's why this is legit right now. You see what I'm saying? That's why you legit right now. when you look at Kellen Moore, when you do all that fancy stuff that you did last week, and then you come into this game and you do nothing like that, you don't run Dak one time. That would have been a great way to get the jitters down in the beginning of the game, Mr. Kellen Moore. You could have ran the ball with Dak a little bit. Get his blood flowing. Get him into the game. Get him into the game. That's a possibility too. But this one thing I do want to do though, because I rocks with Dak, and Dak is not, he is not excluded from blame at all. But I want y'all to understand this. Regardless of how you feel about Dak Prescott, at some point, you got to understand that he's your quarterback. And at some point, you got to understand that it's very unfair to keep judging Dak game to game like that. Now, I know NFL is what have you done for me lately? But it's plenty of quarterbacks that have terrible games, and they fan base still support them. You see what I'm saying? Look at the game Josh Allen just had. I guarantee you Buffalo ain't calling for his head. Buffalo ain't calling for Josh Allen's head. But our fan base is trying to bury Dak. That ain't fair. I don't like that. Y'all judge Dak like he a rookie. Y'all judge Dak like he a second-year player. This man has done things in the league now. I don't feel like that's right. That's very disrespectful to judge him game to game like a bad game don't exist. That's when I get mad. Okay? That's when I get pissed. Because it's unfair to judge a quarterback off of game to game when he's already proven in the league. Like, no quarterback. That's why I rock with West Coast. Shout out to West Coast. West Coast said this, and this is true. No quarterback is elite every game. That's a myth. I don't care what you say. It's no quarterback that's elite every day, every game, all the time. That is a myth. So get it out of your head. Know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen. Kobe had games where he was terrible. Michael Jordan had games where he was terrible. So y'all think people was elite every game, every second of the way? Let me know this. Brady had games where he was horrible. It's no such thing as elite every game, every play, every time, every day. It's no such thing as that. So y'all need to stop with that myth right there. That's a myth. It's no great player that's been all the ways great every time, 99% of the game, 99% of his career. It's never been. So I don't know what this is. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Sports 1977 says Roger Staubach had bad games against Washington Redskins in the 70s. Every great player has bad games. But if for some strange reason y'all look at Dak as he got to be perfect every game, he got to prove himself every game. That is foolishness. Where are the Buffalo Bills fan bases that's calling for Josh Allen head? He ain't did nothing either. He had a little run in the playoff, but he ain't won no ring either. Where are the people that's calling for his head at? That's what I want to know. That shows that we have some crazy fans, man. Y'all, I understand it to a degree though, because I used to be a crazy fan. But one thing about crazy fans is we got to understand that it's other teams. You got to watch other teams too. Because I used to just watch the Cowboys back in the day. You got to watch other teams too, because some of the stuff that y'all be complaining about be normal football stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real. You can tell, like, we the most beloved team for sure. Say, you see what he did? I don't know who you talking about, Giant Gary. Shout out to Jameson Taylor too. But one of the things that y'all will realize is a lot of the stuff that you see people complaining about with Dak and this team, it comes from a lot of casual fans. You got to know that, because the reason you would say that, because you can tell that they don't watch other football teams. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, why this defense couldn't stop the run on that particular play? But then look at Buffalo. They couldn't stop it when it counted either. You know what I'm saying? And they supposed to be the best defense. Like, normal football stuff is what some people complain about. That will let you know that they don't watch enough football or they don't understand football. Like, why Dak couldn't make that throw? Why Dak couldn't make that throw? Did you see Patrick Mahomes? He missed throws too. Did you see Kirk Cousins? He missed throws too. Did you see Josh Allen? He missed throws too. Like, this is normal football stuff, but they try to bury people like Dak for normal football stuff. They try to bury the Cowboys for normal football stuff. That right there alone lets me know that you don't watch football and you don't understand the game. And before I get ready to wrap this up, I do want y'all to understand this too. If you got anybody that make content or anybody that you listen to, the talking heads or any of those guys, if they can pinpoint one person that is at fault for a win or a loss, in my opinion, they don't know football. That's just me. That's just me. Tell them Landlord said that. I want all the smoke. That's just me. If they can pinpoint one person, because look, if Dak did it, did Dak throw the ball? Did he block? Did he hike himself the ball? You know what I'm saying? Did he go out there on defense and get 7 points scored on him every time? Did he do that? If he did that, then it's Dak's fault. You know what I'm saying? Did the defense throw interceptions? Did Micah Parsons throw interceptions like Dak did? Okay, if it's his fault, then that's when it's his fault. If Micah Parsons out there throwing interceptions, then it was his fault. You see what I'm saying? Like, football is a team sport. That's what was powerful about what Micah Parsons said after the game. He said everybody says this is an I thing. No, this is a we thing. This is your best player on the field saying this. He's saying it's a we thing. So when Mr. Landlord said you got to understand this is the truth. You got to understand this is the truth. This is a we thing. Football is the ultimate team sport. You can have the best 22 out there of all time and still lose. You want to know why? Because it take a coaching staff too. Yeah, it does. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because it take an OC. You want to know why? You can have the greatest 22 out there of all time because it take a coaching staff, because it take an OC, because it take a DC. This is a team sport. Your equipment manager might be important in football, man. I'm telling you. This is the ultimate team sport. So I don't care who say what or who say what, man. Tell them I said it and tell them I want all the smoke with it. If you got any content creator, any Skip Bayless, any Shannon Sharp, any foolishness fool like that, any buffoon like that, that's saying that this is one person's fault, you need to stop watching them because they obviously don't know football. And I don't care what nobody say. That's just my opinion, and I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. Football is the ultimate sport. You need your Gatorade boy to be on point. Know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to be on point, y'all. Everybody. You need your position group coaches to be good. You need your, know what I'm saying? The tower boy need to be on point. Football is the ultimate team sport, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you that different now. Don't let nobody tell you different. Before I ride this thing on out, I'm gonna interact with the chat a little bit because I know I did a lot of talking today, but I do wanna get some of y'all points across before I wrap it up though. So let me know if I missed you out. If you had something very important for me to comment on, let me know. Vince Lombardi could not win a Super Bowl with Romo or Dak. Good grief, Ultra Cowboy, you just I don't know. I don't know about that. Coaching matters. Red, if you ever been a player, you know how important coaching is. You could have been the best wide receiver on the field and not even be playing. Like that's how critical coaching is. Like, look at Byron Jones. We had Byron Jones at safety. We almost ruined that man's career. Know what I'm saying? We almost ruined this man's career. And then we put him at corner and now he all pro. That lets you know what time it is, man. Lord King, shout out to you. He said respect and appreciation for your time and efforts, Landlord. Always great content. I appreciate that, man. I'm sure trying, man. I'm sure trying. I appreciate that. Cowboy Brian said the way our DBs were slipping around yesterday, the equipment managers should have changed their cleats. Mike McCarthy been stressing cleats all week too. So, I mean, I don't know, man. That's what I'm telling y'all, bro. Football is the ultimate team sport, man. I never say it's one person that won us the game or lost us the game. That's where people get flawed at. You got to be crazy if you think one person won the game or lost the game. Now, it is very small situations where, okay, you driving and it's the last seconds of the game and your quarterback throw a stupid interception. Now, even though it was other things in the game before that could have probably changed the way the game went, you could put a large amount of the blame on them then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying that they are excluded from blame. I'm not saying that you don't blame them at all. I'm just telling you that if you gonna blame anybody, the blame will be spread around. You know what I'm saying? The blame will be equally distributed to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has blame. And I don't think I got to it. Connor McGovern is a problem. Connor McGovern was giving up pressures left and right. I don't know if he gave up a sack, but he was giving up pressures left and right, man. On almost every play you seen Dak flush out or flush around or try to get to the middle, it was Connor McGovern. That's why I cannot wait to get Tyron Smith back. I don't care what happened. Put Tyron Smith back at left tackle and put Tyler Smith at guard. And I believe this offensive line will be unstoppable. You get Tyron Smith back and put Tyler Smith at guard, this offensive line going to be unstoppable, y'all. Straight up. But let me holler at y'all on a couple more comments, and then I'm going to ride this thing on out, y'all. Jalen Barty said, no way. Oh, y'all talking about that Romo and that comment. I ain't getting into that. You talking about what Ultra Cowboy said. And I don't know about that. He said this team is not making the playoffs. I don't know about that. See, the season ain't over either. Now, mark my words. It probably won't happen. But the Eagles losing to these Commanders is not out the realm of possibility. I want you to know that. Because I believe they due for a loss. They due for a letdown. It happens like that. This is the NFL. So when people saying season is over, that means you think very highly of the Eagles. And I don't. So I never relate to that. You know what I'm saying? That's where we gonna differ. Because I don't see the Eagles going undefeated. I see the Eagles losing a few more games, to be honest. I see the Giants losing a few more games. So I would never say the season is over. He said, Carl Main said, you took the words out of my mouth. LOL, Philly taking the L. Everybody happy, back happy. Yeah, I'm telling you, I believe I can see the Philly losing this game. Look, that's what I said when I made that comparison. The 2020 undefeated Steelers lost to who? Who they lost to? Y'all remember? Put it in the chat if you remember. You get a star if you remember. You get a star if you remember. Who the 2020 Steelers lost to when they was undefeated, y'all? Exactly. Washington. And you right, Jalen Barty. They almost lost to us with who? With the Red Rifle. With Andy Dalton. So, I'm telling you now, keep your eye on this game. I feel like this game could go our way. And what's so crazy about the NFL? Now watch the Cowboys come back and beat Minnesota. I know this team. I've been watching this team since I was a little boy. Watch this team come and beat Minnesota. Watch what I tell you. I'm ready to guarantee that we beat Minnesota. That's how crazy this NFL be. We finna come beat Minnesota. No problem. The pass defense gonna look totally different. That's just the nature of the NFL. The run blend gonna play way better. Watch what I tell you. Now I hope that ain't true now, Texas Cowboy. 41 watching with 5 likes. What the hell going on, guys? Come on now. Don't be stealing now. Don't be stealing. Now, if I gave y'all some good talking points, if I gave y'all some things to think about, if you disagreed or if you liked it, you know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed my time, please like the video. That's the least you can do. I feel like I just gave you an hour work. Just like the video for your boy, man. I appreciate everything y'all do. And all my mods, man, I appreciate y'all services, but please like the video and share the video for your boy. Now, it's enough it's enough mods in here to get more than 5 likes now. Good grief. Good grief. It's enough mods to get more than 5 likes. But, y'all, man, if y'all enjoy the show, man, if y'all enjoy my talking points, if y'all enjoy the commitment, if y'all enjoy the passion, if y'all enjoy any of that stuff, man, just look out for your boy. You know what I'm saying? However you see fit, look out for your boy. At the very least, I deserve a like. I deserve a share. At the very least. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it up in the trap. I appreciate it. Oh no, Ultra Cowboy, no sir. We getting it. They're gonna be 35-17 Cowboys. But I appreciate all y'all, man, coming through, pulling up, stopping by. Like I said, please don't forget to like and share the videos, share the content. We appreciate everybody's services up in the trap. Yeah. And y'all, like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go. Let's get this thing jumping now.
The world in front of me, I'm taking everything I can see, cause ain't no looking back.
And for the team, I'm all for it, ball like a small forward, I'm going for it,
ain't no looking back.
I got the weight of the state on my back, no time to play or relax,
cause ain't no looking back.
I told my hitters, don't get caught up in the trap,
we put the hood on the map,
cause ain't no looking back. It ain't no looking back, boy, I'm getting paid in many different ways, that's why hate. If you win the way, then you getting sprayed. Boy, I ball like the NBA. I stay straight like Kawhi Leonard braids. Unfazed by all these minor distractions, cause all the hunger is present and all my feelings are absent. Added up the paper so bull gets subtracted. So got them excuses, I'm about to make something happen. Looking backwards, hell no. On one track, minded for mine like a railroad. I got tunnel vision, I am totally in tune and focused on my goals. I'm making major moves. Young boss in the building, I bet I make you move. Cause one false move, I bet he'll make the news. So if you think about tripping, you better go take a cruise. Young was made to lose, now we make the rules. I paid my dues.
The world in front of me,
I'm taking everything I can see,
cause ain't no looking back.
And for the team, I'm all for it. Ball like a small forward, I'm going for it. Ain't no looking back. I got the weight of the state on my back. No time to play or relax, cause ain't no looking back. I told my hitters, don't get caught up in the trap. We putting the hood on the map,
cause ain't no looking back.
It ain't no looking back, y'all, man. I appreciate everybody and all the love. Like the content, y'all understand? We up in the trap. Y'all have a good morning, have a good day.